You know what's crazy? It's getting closer and closer to that. It's really getting closer and closer to that nuclear of like, adios, muchachos. Fucking.
Did you see that?
Someone
thing?
had the broccoli special with coffee and started a bomb.
Did you see that thing about what was it like? Bill Gates' AI is wanting to get nuclear launch codes and stuff.
Yeah,
That's okay.
That's not good.
That's
Yeah, just give it to him. He's such a sane human being.
What's he gonna do with it?
Yeah,
Skynet's on its way. Holy shit!
It's about bloody time. I was getting bored. Hurry up.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Hello.
Good morning, Gabby. How are you?
Oh, I'm all right, except because it's afternoon. But you know,
yes, it is afternoon over there.
Fast forward in the afternoon. Yeah, in the proper part of the world. Yeah.
Mr. Cruel, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Yeah, thanks for having us on again. It is indeed afternoon, and it's actually been quite a nice day.
That's been all right.
Imagine that.
It's a nice day for a nuke drop.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we might as well have a wee stream here, and whilst that happens, it's going to be great.
Absolutely. Willie P, how's it going?
Hey, good afternoon, Gabby. How's it going?
Oh, I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Good afternoon, Wookie. Good afternoon, Crow.
Good morning.
Is it morning?
Here it is.
Good day.
I don't know.
Proper
Where's here?
part of the world.
Hey, I'm just floating through time.
You're just here, just floating.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God.
Hey, I like your hat, Gabby.
We're gonna
What is
float.
it?
Yeah.
We're gonna float on.
Chief mechanic.
That's nice.
Yeah. Walt Disney World. You got this
right,
old
cool.
World. Yeah.
Nice.
That's proper. That's
There you
Proper
go.
one.
Yes,
Yeah.
Proper.
Yeah.
Very
go.
proper.
More often.
Ah,
Doesn't sound good when I say it. To me, it just sounds like I'm being an asshole. You know, you guys have the accent thing. I just sound like I'm being a dick. Yeah, that's proper.
Yeah.
You guys sound nice.
Yeah.
I don't.
Proper.
You know what? I don't think I'm going to use proper because I just sound like a dick.
No, if you can't use proper English, old chap.
No. I can't even use fucking regular English. Shit, am I doing language deficiency? Fucking half my English is Spanish and Spanish is English, and the only one that understands me is the wife. So I think that's all.
there you go.
So yeah. Hey Wookie, what are we doing today? I'm excited. You've been off for 2 weeks, and I have a feeling that it's going to be good.
What are we doing? Well, you know what? We're gonna have a little bit of a slideshow. We're gonna start off here today with some interesting things, and we're gonna start off.
No.
If it decides it wants to.
Yeah.
So,
I've got a bad feeling about
If I see a dick, I'm clicking off. I swear to you.
No, there's no dick, but
Just
There's going to be plenty of dicks in the clothes, though.
yeah, guaranteed.
That's what I was thinking.
5 minutes in.
Click off.
We are 5 minutes in.
5 minutes in, we're already done. No. Holy shit. Yes, celebrity fashion of the week, which is actually probably the month at this point. But yeah.
Seems never ending.
Well, it's just there's only one picture. There's only one, and it could only be one.
Okay.
Of all the
I
ones.
wonder what it could be.
No.
I know who it is.
What the hell is this?
Is that the Chinese spy balloon thing?
He could probably float away. That's for sure.
Yeah, please do.
A gentleman by the name of Sam Smith.
You can't call him a gentleman. He's a them. He's them, they. Stop mispronouncing him. He's a them, they. He even called himself a fisher them.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that fisher them thing.
Well,
Do you like fishing? Yes, I
It
like
looks like a freaking flotation device.
I could be a pepper them.
Fisher them. Fisher them. Dick.
Yeah.
Sorry,
What the heck is
he's English.
He's got those stylish platform shoes on there too. Does he have a little bit of a height issue? I wonder.
No, he's just a dick.
He's just a dick.
Just a big, massive, steaming pile of dick.
Tell us how you really feel there, Gavin.
Oh, well, I thought I'd hold back, because it is like, I thought I'd be a little bit general. I mean, I could. No, he's a prick. He really raging man. But no, actually, to be fair, he's not. He's very, very clever, actually, if you think about it. That's
Why?
going to shock a lot of people. Why? Because just after the pandemic, everybody forgot who he was. No, but they had. But now he dresses like this. He is everywhere. He's on every single media device. Very clever.
Oh yeah,
Very
Forgot about
clever.
him.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's Sam Smith. Ah, he will respect my authority.
He looks
Sorry, I've
like
got
a
to do it.
freaking.
Who? Sorry. Who?
Looks like an
Hey.
overinflated inner tube.
The thing is, though, David Bowie wore something, well, with inflated legs back in the 70s.
I saw,
and-
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that's
I'm
the
sure he
difference
could-
is David Bowie had skill, style, talent,
Yeah,
and
he had
ability.
style.
I was
This
waiting for
guy's
you to
just a
sing.
big, fat, messy
Yeah.
dick in a blown-up condom.
You heard it here, folks.
You
Yeah.
heard it here first.
I mean, that's not the best one. You see the one where he's wearing all the bondage tape? He looks like a trusted piece of ham.
But the red
I
thing,
missed
yeah,
that
I saw
one.
that.
Oh, you
gotta
missed
dig
that.
that.
Oh,
Gotta
you go,
Dig that
well,
sucker out now.
go
Holy
for it,
shit.
mate. It literally looks like a piece of ham that's been tied up with string. Stupid.
Yeah, I saw that. I did see that. It's just like,
Holy shit.
you know.
Yeah. I was just tucking into my porridge. I almost brought it back up. It's disgusting. Should have health warnings on pictures like this.
Holy
Indeed.
shit.
If you're looking to vomit, then by all means,
Mm.
look at that.
Yeah, that's more than a mouthful right there.
To be fair, though, if I'd have been there, isn't there the temptation to run over and push him over and see if he can get back up?
Yeah, there you go.
Will it bounce back up?
Just see him rolling around on the floor like, I can't get up.
I know, right? Hey,
Oh Lord, I've fallen and I
Abby
can't get
someone
up.
and Edge of Time. Thank you,
Hi, Edge. Hi,
thank you for
Abby.
being here. Edge
Hello,
of Time,
everyone.
Abby someone. Good morning or evening, afternoon, wherever the hell you are on this marble.
Good day.
So yeah, that's the celebrity fashion of the week, month, however you want to call it. He just looks like a freaking idiot.
Dick.
I've seen
Simply-
better floaties on a redneck. I mean, come on, you can't even get creative with that shit.
No, absolutely right, mate. No. What a
All
a
right, so here is the next one. BS news of the week.
And there's been
Okay.
a lot.
There's,
Ladies,
and there's a
ladies,
lot of it. There's a
get ready for
lot
the
of
7.5 hour stream. It's going to about 7.5 hours. Get through the bullshit of this week. Oh, Jesus God.
Now, and
You
this
know,
was
they-
only just a one frame, and I think it sums it up fairly good. Well, actually, two frames. So here's you have the ominous weather balloon, Death Star, whatever, peeping Tom camera wielding fucking thing. There's
it
an interesting close up on video of this thing, probably related to this picture. Where they zoomed in, whoever this person has spotted it, zoomed in, and this thing had a huge ass camera mounted to the bottom of it, and it was going back, it was moving back and forth, panning around, and you could see the glint off of the lens of this thing through this guy, whoever took the video of it, because you got such a good close up of it. That's kind of creepy. Yeah, that's no fucking weather balloon.
All I can
Gotta
say
hand
is,
it to the Chinese. They're they'll figure out some way.
yeah. They decide to spy on something that is completely and utterly controlled by the wind patterns. What a fantastically brilliant idea that is.
Yeah. And
I mean, it's okay though. Thank God you
government
Americans.
wanted to ignore it.
Thank God you Americans spent $125 million on each and every single F-22 purely so it could shoot down a fucking balloon. What a waste of money that was. Hey, what a waste.
I know, right?
$125 million.
Don't they have spy satellites anymore?
Well,
Why
I
not?
know,
yeah,
right?
Send a balloon up.
yeah, we'll send.
I know.
They'll never spot that. And we'll send a £125 million plane up. They'll fire a
Hey,
£1 million
Willie, what's
spy
that?
balloon.
It looks like a spy balloon.
Yeah, it's a spy balloon. I mean, who really? Jeez, come
Spy
on.
balloon. It's the
Spy
Death
balloon.
Star. Think of,
I know.
that's no moon.
It's ridiculous, man.
This is and then all the events that happened after that. A few days later, these mysterious things. They don't know what the fuck they are, but they're shooting them down.
Oh God!
So
come
my
on.
government, we shot down something, but we don't know what it is. whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah. It's Jeffrey Epstein's client list is about to be released. Look, aliens!
Exactly. Right, exactly. And
we blew up the Nord Stream gas pipe. Look, aliens!
I know. And apparently a Sidewinder missile missed one of these things over Lake Huron.
There you
How
go.
the fuck do you miss?
Well,
the good thing is that's what we need to do then, isn't it? We all need to get rid of all our high-tech jets, give them to the Ukraine, and all float around in balloons.
We're doing one better, buddy.
That's
We're
a
doing
good
one
idea.
better.
Let's do that.
My government, my wonderful president just announced that they're going to finance the fucking government pensions of Ukraine.
Of course they are. That's where he's going to be embezzling his money.
It's not like we've already given them $1 trillion frickin' dollars of bullshit, laundered money.
Yep.
And now, and so of course, all the hardware and it's fucking nuts. But why would any fucking aliens want to?
Let's just give them the key to the kingdom.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah, freaking aliens are like, fuck this place.
Boris Johnson went, we should give them all our tanks and all our fighter jets. We've only got 133 fighter jets in this country. That's it. 133, of which 30 of them are the brand new F-35s. So they're not going to send them because obviously they're brand new and they're American.
Why not? It's just racist if you don't send about the F-35s.
We don't want that. What we should do is just give them a squadron of Spitfires and Hurricanes and let them get on with it. I mean, it did us all right in the 40s, so why not now?
Well, that's it.
Bloody Ukraine. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, Ukraine. Yeah. Go for
it. Are we getting a little political now? We can't.
Yes, a little political. You will respect my privacy. Respect my privacy.
Oh my gosh. I've got a question about the F-35s. Is it the ones with the vertical takeoff?
Ours are half and half. We have half vertical takeoff for our carriers, and the other half.
Right.
So we got. I think we got F-35Bs and some Cs. So, because we need them because we can't build our own jets anymore. Sadly, we have to buy these second-hand inferior pieces of shit from the Americans. I don't know.
I'd rather like the Typhoon myself, but there you go.
Well, hey, we did appropriate your Harrier jets.
Yes, because we know how to build a proper vertical and takeoff and landing jet, not one that keeps crashing into the ground because it's a bit shit. But apart from that,
Holy shit.
Should have kept the Harrier. Harrier works absolutely fine. Thank you very much.
Well, let's see here something. Let's see what this next one is. Okay. Here we go. We're going to talk about and a caveat to this is I only picked out one form of American breakfast foods. So there's many, but I only picked out the basics, the most popular, etc. But what so we'll be right back after a message. We're going to have a message from a very important person. The hell am I doing?
Oh yeah.
Well, that really fucked up, huh? That just really went.
Hey, okay, it did.
Hold on,
I don't know.
Wait, don't do anything.
I forgot to put my glasses on. I picked the wrong one.
Hold on.
Okay. Yes. Here we go. Now, again, take two.
No!
Now for a word for we'll be right back after these important messages.
My baloney has a first name. It's O-S-C-A-R. My baloney has a second name. It's M-A-Y-E-R. Oh, I love to eat it every day. And if you ask me why, I'll say, 'cause Oscar Mayer has a way with B-O-L-O-G-N-A.
Oscar Mayer, the first name in Bologna.
How's that?
Danny, sounds like you've accidentally invented a thermochemical energy source.
A scientific wonder becomes a nightmare.
Someone's walking around with enough explosive to turn the city into a pancake.
A power that could mark the beginning of the end for the $6 million man.
Man, I can't wait to watch that episode. but I got to go back in time about 45 years. I love that
make
jingle.
me a Grand Zero.
Yeah. There you go. All of these special announcements and messages are from January through April of 1977.
Hey!
Hey!
I wasn't born yet.
Yeah, well.
Oh, what's it like to be
that's a
so
shame.
bloody young? Christ. Jesus. I wasn't even born.
Yeah.
Well, was, sadly.
Oh, shit. Yes, Abby, I have issues with buttons.
Yeah. I was 9. I was 9 when that came out.
I was
9.
Yeah.
9.
Yep.
9. Way
9.
back. It's the time where life was great and you could say something without some stupid idiot getting offended by things.
Let me tell you what. Yeah, you're darn right there, my friend. So we're going to play the versus game, but it's not really going to be a competition of to the death or anything like that. It's just basically personal preference. And I'm sure that most of you will know and recognize most of these items here, but it's the great. It's always been a matter of debate for several different people I have seen. Hey, turn that shit off, Willie.
Oh.
All right. So here comes the first one up here. And the great battle between pancakes or waffles.
It's not a waffle. It's not a waffle in this country. That's not a waffle.
That's not a waffle?
No, it's not a waffle.
That's an Eggo waffle, but you know.
Ours made of potato, mate. Oh, God.
It's made of potato?
Yeah, potato.
Potato
waffles.
He's digging around in his stuff here.
I'm just going to look at me. If you hang on a second, I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to go look at me freezer.
Okay.
Just show you.
Potato waffle.
Well, yes, we'll hold on. Yes, pancakes versus waffles. Now, me personally, I would lean more to the pancake, but I would never turn either one down.
Same here.
That's just me.
So.
Although homemade waffles and homemade pancakes are better than this Eggo waffle we have there, and probably those microwave pancakes. But I couldn't find any really good pictures.
Right.
Oh,
It's,
to
what's
inform
up, Will?
someone,
What,
a waffle is a dish made from leavened. What is that? Because my fucking light is right in my face. There we go. A waffle is a dish made from
Hang on a
leavened.
second.
Hold
Hold the phone there. Well,
There you go.
Potato! They're made of potato! This is a waffle.
Waffle.
That's a waffle. Made of
What?
potato. Waffle.
There's holes in it. There's not much of there anyway. What the
It's a
hell?
waffle. This is a bloody waffle.
It's a freaking vent cover.
No, it's a It's a
That's
waffle.
a vent cover for a freaking air conditioner. What the hell?
It's a waffle. Potato waffle.
It's a tatty waffle.
Bloody waffle.
Potato waffle.
Potato waffle.
I keep thinking
Potato
of
waffle.
that.
We're going to get to potatoes here in this segment, just so that you're aware. We lost
we are
Willie.
missing.
Yes, we lost Willie. He may have had to bail out. Maybe there was a technical issue.
Maybe he's
But
away looking for
I'm sure
waffles.
that he will be back as soon as he can. So, yes, so pancakes and waffles, American waffles. Again, we go back to the title of this segment where it says American breakfast, not
Yes, ours made of potato.
your potato
You know.
waffle,
Potato waffles.
third world country shit.
Yeah. Remember who invented the English language, mate? You know what I mean? They're the people who the English language. Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this, Gabi, what do you put on your potato waffles?
Baked beans. It's baked beans. Put baked beans. Baked beans.
Bacon. Go along with bacon sausage. A bit
Oh,
of
yeah.
bread. Lovely.
Yeah, absolutely. Baked beans.
Okay.
But no, honestly, if I was in America, because I've
You ever try syrup?
Yeah, well, if I was in America, I'd put maple syrup on them. Absolutely, 100%. Loads and loads of maple syrup. Oh,
we have a controversy in the chat.
No, that's not. Don't make me go in the bloody freezer again.
Ooh, that's not a hash brown. He's a way to get the hash browns out now.
These are hash browns. Look, hash browns.
Did you take those just in case?
Hash browns. Hash browns.
What's that brand? Mr. What? What's the brand on there?
McCain.
Is it?
McCain. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He was a shitty senator we had.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah. I was a Vietnam
Robbie,
War
when you got a refrigerator in there?
I've got a freezer in here, mate. You want a pizza?
Yeah, there we go. All right, yeah.
Nice.
Damn.
Pizzas, hash browns, potato waffles.
Yeah.
It's got strips. Nice.
What else have we got? Southern fried chicken toppers. Yeah,
I guess it's supper. It's supper with supper.
That's right. He's got everything in there. He's fully
yeah.
stocked. Now he just needs a microwave and a hot plate. He's good.
You've got that as well, don't you?
Yeah.
You've got a micro hidden somewhere, don't you?
I've got a camping stove. I've got a camping stove. I can cook in here if I want to.
Fire it up. He's ready to go.
Fire it up. I'm ready to go before they bang gas.
So the great debate: waffles or pancakes. So, like I said, I'm partial to both, but I lean more toward the pancakes.
Yeah, I'd have pancakes.
But it's kind of here. It's a personal preference, but that's a great debate. And then what to go with it? Well, we have butter versus margarine. So it's I will have to say that for a long time in my childhood, which is probably what's wrong with me now, my parents used to buy margarine. Well, the first time I had butter, it was like I was addicted.
Like
screw margarine, butter's the king. And there's less chemicals in butter.
Probably. Yeah.
I don't like either. I hate butter and margarine.
Really?
I don't like putting grease on my food, thanks.
Grease. Well, I will tell you this. Margarine is like basically vegetable oil. It's sick. I mean, if you've ever melted the two and took a look, it's just freaking margarine's just nasty. The only reason why it sells is because it's cheaper than butter. But we only use real butter here in my house. That's no fucking margarine. Even with the prices going up with the bad economy, no, we got to get butter. We can't deal with margarine, even though it's cheaper. But screw that.
It's been a while since I've had butter on anything.
I use butter for cooking, and I'm cooking like cakes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But not margarine. Margarine's just nasty.
Yeah, margarine's freaking plastic.
Yeah.
So and then we go to now. These are just options. These are mostly American brands, obviously. Most of these are filled with an ass load of sugar. The bottom one there, leaning over, is from Canada. I'm sure it has mostly actual maple syrup in it. Maple juice.
Yeah, I like maple.
But it's either going to be maple or it's going to be corn syrup.
Yeah,
either one is good, but maple is the best. So maple, obviously, whether it's waffles, whether it's pancakes, maple syrup. But these are just a number of the mass-produced brands here in the States. And Aunt Jemima was always good, always a top seller. But when they got rid of that logo and they changed the name, I can tell you right now from my personal experience, because I visit supermarkets on a weekly basis, they don't sell very much anymore. No, everybody else's freaking shit sold out. This is now called Pearl Milling, and they don't have the Aunt Jemima logo on there or name. But yeah, no one buys that shit now.
Yeah.
So then we have the great debate now is bacon versus sausage. Or breakfast. Breakfast sausage. Breakfast sausage.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough. I like both together. Yeah, I mean, I have a bacon and sausage sandwich, so
You know what? It's always whenever I go. There's a place here in town, and every once in a while, it's a buffet place. It's called Golden Corral. So whenever we go in there, the best time to go is when they do the breakfast, because they have bacon and sausage and ham and etc. and etc. and etc. All you can frickin' eat and die of a cardiac arrest.
I was waiting to say, so it's eat yourself to death, but it's worth it.
Pretty
'cause it's
much.
bacon
I
and
mean, that's
sausage.
kind of how the USA is. Yeah, man. We got abundance of all kinds of shit that's not healthy for you.
Death by bacon and sausage. What a way to go.
Bacon and sausage is okay.
no, I
But
always
yeah, I
have
mean,
both.
you can load up with both, you know?
I always have both. My
Yeah,
favorite,
me too. When I have
my
a choice
favourite-
between the two, I go both.
yeah,
You know?
both. Bacon and sausage. Well, my favourite sandwich is what they call a best sandwich, which is bacon, egg, sausage, and tomato.
Nice.
Sandwich. That's the proper sandwich. That is. Yeah, I like that.
Nice. Nice.
Mm.
Yeah, that sounds. Yeah, that's a good good combo.
Oh, it is. It is. I'm
So
not.
we go
I like the
from
sound of that.
bacon
I
and
like the
that.
sound.
Now we go to eggs.
Right.
Scrambled versus fried.
Depends on what I'm eating.
I don't care really.
I
I
agree.
can have
Yes.
it either way.
I'm not.
Depends on what we're
To
doing.
be honest,
Yeah.
I ain't fussed. I ain't fussed. If it's
That's like me.
I'm not fussed really, either or either. I'm not.
I'm not fussed with my eggs either, you know.
I mean, if they're dried powdered eggs like we used to get in the army, I'll have a fried egg every day.
Okay.
But not dried. But no, I'm either both. Either, both. Not fussed.
Boiled, poached, fried. I'm easy when it comes to eggs. Omelette.
Yeah, easy.
you know?
Yeah,
Well,
it's like, scrambled eggs. I mean, obviously, if you're going to have like an omelet or something like that, you want to scramble the eggs and then fry them up and fold them and whatever. If you're having a breakfast sandwich, you could probably do about the same, depending on. I lean more toward the scrambled eggs if it's being put in something like a breakfast burrito or something like that, a sandwich, or if it's part of like a skillet type thing. Fried egg, if you're just doing like eggs, bacon, and stuff like that, then probably I'd go with a fried egg, but either or.
Well,
but
I
I
mean,
lean more toward the scrambled myself.
If you have a bit of toast, then you've got like a fried egg or a poached egg. You let the yolk melt into it. Really good.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
cut it
Then spread a little butter on the toast.
The bread.
Let's see what else we got here.
It's good.
Here's your potatoes, Gobby.
Hash browns.
Hash brown. Now,
Okay.
yes, these are McDonald's hash browns. I got it off the freaking internet, so just bear with me. I couldn't really find any good pictures of restaurant hash browns. On the left,
What's that,
on
like
the
Sunday
right
potatoes
is
or
what we
something,
call
isn't it?
here in the United States home fries, where they're cubed or diced potatoes fried in a pan with oil or butter and seasonings of your choice.
I think I'd probably go with the hash browns.
I'd go hash browns, but I wouldn't mind trying the other one. I've not
The
tried
home
it.
fries,
Yeah, it looks nice. Looks tasty.
Yeah, they're either called home fry. Well, I take that. Let me reverse that. These are actually what they call country fries, or country fried potatoes. Home fries they're a little bigger, and they look more like potato wedges than like French fries would look, like long and thin. They're like short and fat.
Oh, you
Almost
mean
like
chips?
Yeah, exactly. You guys would call them chips.
You mean just a portion of chips?
Chips. Yeah.
Chips.
Yes. Chips here in the states are made from the same thing. They look different.
Chips.
But yeah, these are country fried potatoes versus a hash brown. I'm
suppose it does
more
depend on
partial
what you're
to
having.
hash brown, to be
Hash
honest.
browns are good with hash browns are good with a breakfast.
Hash browns
yes,
go well in a sandwich. Hash browns go well in a sandwich. That's the thing.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They're easier to manage than say a plate of the country fried potatoes. Much simpler. Now this is optional. You probably have recognized the Tabasco. These are optionals. It's kind of basically to your taste or flavor, whatever you want. To add a little either sriracha or Franks or some Louisiana or something like that. Tabasco. I know in some of the military MREs it always put in Tabasco sauce. These little bitty dudes.
I don't think
I
I
got my hands on an MRE that's about 20 years old, and opened it up, and the package that had the Tabasco sauce in it, the bottle was there unsealed, unopened, but the Tabasco sauce was gone.
Vaporized.
Wow.
Well,
no
here
Tabasco.
Here in the UK, we know Tabasco, and then the next one, I've actually got a bottle of that in the fridge. The one with the
sriracha.
Yeah, the sriracha. I've got the other three here in the UK. No idea.
That's a good one. That's a good. Now Cholula is basically an American one. It's a pretty good. It's pretty popular. It depends on what part of the United States you're in too. It's you'll have Cholula, or most Mexican restaurants will either have Cholula or something called Tapatio.
Are they like chili sauce?
Yeah, it's very spicy.
Yeah, it's a chili sauce. It's a spicy sauce. Yeah. It has a different flavor than, say, like a Frank's or a Louisiana style hot sauce. The thing with the sriracha is very thick. When you squeeze that out of the bottle, it's a thick. That's what you get though. Something like that at the little packets at, like, say, these Chinese restaurants. They'll have, like, you have the package of soy sauce, but you also get the packages of the sriracha chili. It's the same thing, but they sell this stuff here by the freaking tanker truckloads here too.
Right.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Now here's another option. I'm very familiar with both of these.
No idea.
The one on the left, the one on the right is I hope I pronounce this Yucateco. Is they come in different. They have different severities of heat.
Okay.
Right.
So this here is very popular here locally. I can tell you, and I've acquired a taste for this. This is habanero, basically. Habanero. Right. Pretty hot. Pretty good, actually.
Would you have that really, with chicken or something, and fried chicken?
Anything, basically.
Love it on it.
Put on there, you burn your taste buds off. You won't taste anything for like a day.
Good.
But again, these are options. Let's see, what else do I have on my list? Oh, yes.
Coffee.
Yeah. Coffee or tea.
Coffee.
I would.
I know I'm English, and I should get. I'd love a spiffingly hot cup of tea, old chap. But no, I prefer coffee. I love coffee. Oh.
Yes, coffee.
Tea's good, but I'm a coffee.
Tea's all right. Yeah,
but tea is probably in some respects better for you than coffee, but
probably
it's way better for you than coffee. But
yeah,
but
I prefer coffee.
Coffee,
same.
Hands down.
Tea's rubbish. I don't like tea.
Hands down. Hands down. Oh man.
Hello, Time Prophet.
Hello, mate.
Time Prophet. How are you? Welcome.
I don't drink tea. I drink coffee.
Welcome,
there you go.
Time
We're all
Prophet.
coffee lovers. We're all coffee lovers. That's why we're that's why we're all so highly strung all the time.
It's and we're going to take this moment to take another time out. So we'll be right back after these messages. And I hit the right.
America's classic thrillers come to life. The Hardy Boys' Nancy Drew Mysteries. An adventure into suspense.
There's got to be a way out of here.
You used to go with her?
Forget that.
Oh, Professor, do ghosts leave footprints?
The adventures of America's favorite young detectives come to television.
Follow that ghost.
The Hardy Boys' Nancy Drew Mysteries.
Why are women so happy about new Tickle antiperspirant? Is it because Tickle is the first roll-on with a big, wide ball? Is it because Tickle comes in 4 fresh fragrances? Or is it because Tickle helps keep you dry all day? Make yourself happy. Staying drier is nicer with a little Tickle.
Where, or shall I rephrase that? What lunatic asylum did they get those 3 women from? They're all
I kept thinking,
scary.
I kept thinking of Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
What the hell? Oh my god! You
And
see the
that-
shit? Oh no!
That particular brand is no longer manufactured.
What? Because it drives you insane. Turns
Pretty
you into
much.
a maniac.
It's,
Have a quick.
yeah, it's probably loaded with meth. It's probably loaded with methamphetamine. Oh my god! Yeah,
I remember the Nancy. I remember Nancy Drew mysteries.
You know what?
The Hardy.
I wasn't interested in the Hardy Boys, to be brutally honest. I was only interested in Nancy Drew.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah.
I remember the Hardy Boys from WrestleMania. That's about
Yes.
Yeah.
I
No.
remember.
wrong clan of Hardy.
Yeah.
Wrong clan of Hardy. So yeah, you know what's funny is I used to watch the Hardy Boys all the time on Hulu, up until when Disney bought them out. So when Disney bought them out, they took off all the old stuff, like nothing. You can't find any of it anymore on Hulu. It's all they took all the classic stuff off. And I used to watch stuff from the 60s. You could get the old 50s and 60s TV shows in here in America. I mean, even The Saint with Roger Moore.
All right.
You had the whole library, and they got rid of that. They got rid of the Hardy Boys. I used to watch the Hardy Boys all the time because they have an awesome looking kidnap van.
Kidnap van.
That van, man. The sign of the times in the 70s. It was a freaking awesome van. But yeah, I used to watch that and Nancy Drew too, rewatching it on Hulu until it was all taken off. Bastards.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But then again,
good times.
Well, yeah, they were good times. I mean, have you heard the news about Penguin Publishing and Roald Dahl books?
No.
No, I saw something on Twitter earlier, but I didn't catch what was all going on.
You ready for this?
They
are rewriting all of the Roald Dahl books to remove anything that could be potentially offensive.
Well, that would be the whole fucking book then.
Right,
Yeah.
so Augustus Gloop can no longer be referred to as fat. Oompa Loompas, which are now gender neutral and are not small, are all. So basically, what they've done is they're going through the whole thing. Oh, even the BFG's been slammed down. So they're going to rewrite all of his classic books, removing anything that somebody could find remotely offensive.
What happens if I find the rewrites remotely offensive?
Well, I'm just glad that I've got all the original books and I won't ever have to buy them, and my kids will read the proper books.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Not woke sacks of crap.
Now, how can they get away with that? Is that the publisher?
The
Who owns
publishers
the copyrights to that, because whoever owns the copyrights have to agree to that. If not, then they can sue
publisher,
their
I
ass
think.
for copyright infringement, because it should encompass from cover to cover.
Maybe they've given the blessing. I don't know.
I doubt it, because it literally has completely changed all the books. The whole story's changed in all of them. So
basically, yeah, I mean, George Orwell was a freaking prophet.
Yep. You know, slowly but steadily, history is repeating itself. If we can't burn the books, we'll just rewrite them.
Wow. It amounts to the same.
Freaking nuts.
It's mad. The world's gone absolutely goddamn mad. It really has.
It has, yeah, man. It's freaking nuts.
Yep.
Very nuts. Okay, so now we're going to get into something a little bit different.
What is it?
And this is a food item, American based. So what is it? And I'll give each of you two gentlemen a chance to identify. And chat, don't spoil it, Richard.
I'm Scottish, so I wouldn't know.
Hold on. Okay, you ready? Here we go.
That's a burrito.
That's a way to say. I couldn't remember what it was, but
looks like a burrito.
I was going to say a burrito or a fajita or something.
Yeah, with some guacamole sauce, salad sauce on the side.
Okay, actually, you know what? I did it again. I hit the wrong goddamn. So yes, Abby, you're correct. You're correct. It's a burrito, but it's a breakfast burrito.
Cool.
Because there's bits of potato and meat and bacon and sausage.
Is it?
Is it a battered Mars bar?
Where are all these things you claim are in this thing?
There's potato in there. There's cheese. There's egg. There's chunks of bacon. Probably chorizo. Then they got the guacamole with some tomatoes, probably some onion, other items in there.
Yeah, I can see that in the guacamole, but I can't see what you're saying in the burrito. There's
chunks of. Yeah.
No, it literally looks like you got a tortilla wrap and just vomited in it. That's what it looks like, to be fair. I've brought stuff up that look like that quite regularly, to be brutally honest. But there ain't no bacon in there, mate. I'm not having that. Not having that. That just literally looks like a vomit burrito with something you blow out your nose on the side.
Abby's someone in the chat. Where can you get the best breakfast burrito? Let's see if he comes up with a place. Yeah, he does. Yeah, I do too. I like the chorizo.
Yeah,
chorizo
I like
is awesome chorizo burrito.
Can't see that vomit thing. I can't see the
thing. But yeah, so chorizo. Oh my god. Wait a minute. Time Prophet in the chat says it's like a Cornish pasty.
No, it's not, because if you bite into a Cornish pasty, you can actually see the ingredients that are in. You're telling me there's stuff in there, and I can't see any of it. No. Cornish pasty, you'll see the lumps of potato, the meat, the peas.
It's not a battered Mars bar, that's for sure. Time Prophet.
No, it isn't. No, I don't think I've ever had guacamole.
I have. I like guacamole. It's all right. It's quite nice guacamole, to be fair.
Yeah, guacamole
is it pickled cabbage or something? Is it? No. What's guacamole?
Yeah. Yes, Time Prophet. Apparently, he had to cut out to address something. I'm sure very important. So yeah, he'll probably be back if we're still on here. Yep. Okay. So yes, that's a breakfast burrito, and the contents in there is. Potato, eggs, cheese, bacon, and probably some tomato, other items. And then also, then the guacamole has some tomato and whatnot in there. So yeah, so breakfast burrito. And let's see, let's get into something a little bit more different. Here we go. We're talking about food.
Fast food.
You're making us all hungry here. You know that, right?
Yeah. What was that?
Absolutely starving.
What was that there, Cruel? What was going on, Cruel?
So you're making us all hungry with all this bloody food.
I know. It's almost dinner time where you guys are.
Well,
yeah.
All right.
Working up an appetite here, so that's good.
Yeah. Okay. So what the heck? Time Prophet. What's going on? Hold on a second. Hang on a second. Click the right freaking button. Damn, you were going to show him the picture as well. Yes, the picture.
The picture.
Oh, come on, Time Prophet. It's not making me sick. It's not making me feel sick. It's not dinner. It's not dinner time.
No, it's tea time, old chap.
Yes, that's right.
It's almost tea time.
It's almost tea time, not dinner time.
No, we've had dinner. Now we're having tea shortly.
Shortly.
Tea time. Shortly.
Okay, so here's some interesting fast food signs that really, well, let's just take a look at this one.
New anus snack wrap, only $1.99.
I'm sure you get to the bottom of that.
Yeah, I think, yeah, awesome, I like that.
And yes, and not to be outdone, the competition has their own offering of.
There's nothing better than a good anus melt.
For $3.
$3.
Try one of our
Isn't that what happens when you have a really spicy curry or something? Then it comes out the other end and your anus melt.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I'd love to walk in. Excuse me, ma'am. Would you mind me just give me some of those anus melts, please?
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I've mentioned it. They actually put a McDonald's McCrispy, that one. They put a McCrispy McDonald's sign outside a crematorium.
Nice.
They've removed it now because some dickhead complained, but the rest of it's hilariously funny. Oh my god, it's brilliant. They've replaced it now with a flame grilled Whopper sign instead.
Nice. Nice. With a complimentary bottle of Tabasco.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God dear me.
Gets rid of that burnt taste.
That burnt taste out your mouth. Oh, dear me. Anus
But
melt.
yes, and the adventure continues at Burger King.
Try a cheesy anus. Well, we have every now and again, these things happen. Sometimes, you're a bit drunk. Things happen.
If you say so.
Try a cheesy anus. I don't know whether that's a bit of sexual advice. I can't make my mind up.
Oh man. And not to be outdone by the competition, McDonald's has come back with a new offering in their salad menu. 6 chicken salads with man dressing.
Well, there's a job. There's a job. What's Dave doing standing in the corner, feverishly moving his hand? He's just putting the man dressing on the salad. Oh my God. Oh dear, love, this man dressing tastes salty. It's also kind of sticky, kind of sticks to your fingers and you can't get Oh, God. 6 chickens in man dressing. Some bloke standing in the corner just going, man dressing, man dressing. Oh, here's your man dressing. Oh, for God's sake, no. No.
We need more wine dressing over here. Come on, get at it.
Give it all you got, Captain. She's getting sore. I need more lube. Oh, shit. Well, that's that video off the air. Oh, dear me. Oh, God. Okay.
I've given it all I've got, Captain, but I can only rub out 5.
Sorry, we're all out of man dressing. What's happened? He's too tired. He's fell asleep. I can't take anymore. Oh, Jesus God.
But
just
not
remember
to
that.
be outdone,
Just remember.
I think the Wendy's chain has cornered the market on this particular menu item. Try our new demon flesh.
Demon flesh. That's what happens when you've rubbed it too hard to get your man dressed in. It turns into demon flesh. I'm demon fleshed myself. Oh God.
Demonetizing.
Yes, demonetized.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh, shit.
Oh
Well,
God.
our new demon flesh. No.
Demon flesh.
Yes, that's
got all
what you
the
have
demon
left
flesh?
after you've made all those salads.
Yeah, I'm all demon fleshed out, love. Oh dear.
Oh my God.
I was hungry. I'm not hungry anymore.
Really?
No.
We have time for another important message from our yes. Here we go.
Yeah.
How many bacon packages do you look at before you find one you like? Well, Oscar Mayer knows just what you're looking for. Bacon that cooks up like this, with nice, even slices, and the best balance of fat to lean. At Oscar Mayer, that's the way we select our bacon, too. Before you ever see it, you get consistently high-quality bacon every time, because we do what you do before you do it. Oscar Mayer, America's best-selling bacon.
I hereby dub you the Easter Bunny.
Wednesday, a special family presentation narrated by Fred Astaire.
The Easter Bunny is coming to town today.
Let's all have a happy Easter.
The Easter Bunny's coming to town.
You know, it's coming up. It's right around the corner, Easter. But you can't get eggs. You're going to have to use the plastic eggs. Because the real eggs are freaking like $9 a piece. And hard.
Any case, before we go any further, I'm afraid I'm going to have to cut and go now. I've got to go and get ready to go and do some work. So
okay.
So, thanks so much
for coming on, man. I really appreciate it.
No worries. Absolutely no, brother. And I've got some terrible images to float around in my mind while I'm trying to do something. Yeah, I'm not going to
try and have your grub as well, you know. It's just...
Yeah. Any case, so as always, it's been a privilege. Sorry I've had to cut and run, but I've got to go.
Quite all right, my friend. Thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. Coming in. Have a good weekend.
Oh, I'll do my best, and I'll catch you all later. Adios now.
All right, my friend. Have a good one. Bye-bye. And then there were two. What
do we do now?
Oh, yeah.
Scared.
Oh, yeah. Time profit.
They
are destroying eggs because they nullify the vaccine. Yes.
Is that why?
That is a... Yeah, there's something in the egg itself that some scientist somewhere came up with some, and they pulled it into a theory. It's another theory that's floating out there in the interwebs that there's eggs, or there's something, there's an enzyme or chemical in chicken eggs that actually has proven to do something to the virus,
just
in a positive way for the eater. Chicken egg. That's what I heard. Yeah. So it's very. You know what? The way stuff's going on right now, all the conspiracy theories and ideas are coming through. So
it's crazy. It's crazy, isn't it? Hello, Cam.
Yeah, and Mr. Cam is here. Cam, how's it going, man? You missed the first part of the show, all the good stuff.
Yeah, we were talking about food.
Yeah, yes, we were talking about food, and actually, I'm getting hungry too, a little bit there. Abby, someone in the chat's asking if there was an egg shortage in the UK. Is there one there, Drew? You noticed it?
We don't get eggs that often anyway. So, but what I heard was that the reason that there's an egg shortage, and this is probably all over, I would think, it's in many ways the farmers are getting shortchanged. You know, with the produce, they're getting shortchanged as they deliver them off to the supermarkets. And of course, we love to import things from other places as well. So,
right,
because we can't do it at home anymore for some strange reason.
Right. I've read and listened to some poultry farmers who have been noticing some things happening with their chickens. Not that they're dying, is that they're egg producing chickens, which is the whole reason to have a poultry farm. They've noticed that there's been a dramatic drop off in their production. And they started realizing or finding out, or they started someone came up with the theory of changing their feed that they get. So some of these poultry farmers switched to a different type of chicken feed versus what they were doing commercially. And they found out that all of a sudden, lo and behold, their chickens started producing like they normally would in vast quantities. And so the theory is that a lot of these companies that produce or I think there's one particular manufacturer that was pointed out in a couple of these videos was that anybody who was using their feed noticed a dramatic drop off in the amount of eggs, and when they switched, they noticed an immediate increase. So there's something going on with the chicken feed to curtail production.
Yeah, probably.
And so they've gone to a different route. They've been doing something different with these poultry farmers, and so poultry ranchers. It doesn't surprise me if there would be some nefariousness going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's that. And then, of course, here in the States, they had the bird flu scare.
Yeah.
And just, basically exterminating whole flocks of poultry, chickens, and turkeys, and all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Amidst
the
but the thing was
cost of living crisis too.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's a lot of things going on that don't make sense. There's a hell of a lot of things going on that don't make sense. Abby, someone same here. There's basically this feed that these poultry farmers were getting through a commercially, place. They do this mass quantity just for them. They were getting this feed that was they found that was curtailing the production of the chickens purposely. As soon as they switched to something else, they boom, it was a dramatic increase back to their normal
Pretty sure I saw something about farmers in Africa that are kind of bullied into using a specific type of feed, and it does.
Would not surprise me. It would not surprise me because we're finding out more and more that these countries
like GMO
on the African continent are usually a lot of these countries are used as test beds, and these people their governments pretty much just been bent over backwards when money's thrown at them. And they'll do whatever the hell.
You will use this feed. You will use these GMO crops,
or you will allow us to test our vaccines on your inhabitants. Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff like that going on. So,
plenty.
A lot of weird
plenty
shit.
As well.
Yeah. Time profit. Yeah, there's no chickens in Africa. They got eaten by the tigers. Probably. Yeah, they're time profits. It is a poultry issue and not very exciting at all. Papa Cotton, welcome. You missed the first hour.
Yeah, excellent.
Papa Cotton and Cam, both of you. But although Cam, I think he watched the first part of it there, and he said that he prefers waffles with real maple syrup, bacon, and Frank's Red Hot. He did watch part of it. Oh my God. Nice. That's a good combo right there. Can't fault you for that.
Interesting. I haven't tried that.
But would you have butter or margarine? Or neither?
Yes. We require an answer on that.
The ages. Yeah, we require. Yeah, holy smokes. So yeah, there's all kinds of weirdness going on.
Yeah, a lot. Flying objects, exploding trains, chemical fires.
I was watching. There's a video out there on. It was on Instagram. If they haven't taken it off already, there's a picture somewhere here in the States. There's a railroad crossing, and so there's a bunch of cars parked at the railroad crossing, waiting for this train to go by. And the person who started filming noticed something funny that was happening in the crossing zone near the tracks. So they started filming on their phone. And what had happened was a part of the asphalt or something, cement, concrete, whatever, that was adjacent to the actual railroad, the railroad tie. Not tie, but the railroad beam that the train rides on. something was going on there, was amiss. And so this train going by with, ironically, large tankers. So it wasn't a boxcar train, it was a tanker train. And they started filming this. And like I said, still on Instagram, as far as I know, unless they've been nuked. But so this guy starts filming and noticed something, the train's going very, very slow, obviously, because it's a crossing. And he started noticing something going on. And then all of a sudden, this big chunk of concrete or asphalt or something pops out. You know, like how if you hit, like if you stepped on a rake, you know, and you stepped on the business end of a rake and the handle would pop up. Yeah. That's exactly what this piece of concrete did. But when it did, you could tell the thing was cut. It was like squared off. Like it was just a nice, like clean cut. And this thing wasn't thin. This thing was probably 12 to 16 inches thick. So this was not some fluke thing. That's hard to freaking do.
Not a natural break. No.
Yeah, exactly. So this thing popped up, and the train kicked it out into about the middle of the road between the crossing barrier and the track. As the train slowly going by, and it started wobbling and all this shit. And guess what? The freaking cars just rolled right off the track. Just boom, they went over. They got unstable, and so yeah, it's was weird. They got it all on film. All this whole freaking train, all the train cars just folded over, rolled over into the.
Seemingly been quite a few train derailments recently and fires. And
exactly. And so yeah, sabotage. You don't need explosives or things like that. You just need to mysteriously have a mechanical failure happen. That's what they were claiming that chemical disaster was in Ohio. There was some kind of a mechanical failure. Well, what, on the train, on the track?
Yeah.
What was the mechanical failure? Was there missing some bolts, missing some screws, missing a connection? What was, makes you wonder, makes you think. So
I saw video of the fire, the resulting fire, and it was.
Well, and at first they said, I was hearing, when it first came out, I was hearing that it caught fire.
Right.
Then you're hearing, no, it didn't just catch fire. It was ordered to be burned.
Right.
By whoever the powers that be in the area, whoever in charge after that accident ordered it to be burned, which created
that big
much bigger issue because there was some areas adjacent to there that, because whatever they burned, or the chemicals that were in all those freight cars, it was more than just one chemical. It was several different chemicals that was torched, and all those fumes, gases, and everything else like that. Those chemicals caused a reaction, and it created into something else, and it's accumulated in the clouds, and it started raining, acid rain. And there was some pictures of some cars that were just, it was nasty, dude. The paint and everything else, and that's enamel paint, and it just got freaking jacked. Windshields, everything. Now that I think's been taken off the internet, was pretty, taken off pretty quick. So yeah.
I did hear about a lot of birds in the areas had died or left and so on. So yeah, it's supposed to be really bad. I saw video footage of the black cloud just over.
Yeah, you could see it from
It's just like, wow, crazy.
And it was blowing. It ended up blowing northeast of there. But what's happened is the chemicals that spilled out was near an adjacent waterway of some kind, whether it's a creek, river, or whatever, but it is potentially seeped into that water flow, which goes all the way down to the south part of the United States.
I think I saw a video on that.
The Mississippi River, the Ohio River, the Mississippi River connect, and it's not a good scenario.
That's your fish and your wildlife there that rely on that river, possibly.
Not only that, the residents, especially in Ohio, that's where they get their water. I mean,
it's a major ecological disaster, and it's barely being covered on the news.
Yeah, and you have the government who is claiming, I heard on the news yesterday, FEMA apparently tested water wells and tested some other things, soil, stuff like that, saying, oh no, it's all good.
I heard something about that, yeah. And they
Yeah,
were looking at, and
this is
people were looking at the creek,
from-
and it's basically rainbow colored and all that, and it's just like, nah, it's still
when
there.
the one guy took a stick on that creek or that little tributary of a river and scraped the bottom of it,
You
that,
saw it.
and you saw all this stuff just bubbling up and like it was on fire. The water was just starting to burn internally. It was crazy. Yeah, that's not
Is that
good.
what it was? I think I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, and that's not an indication of anything good. And all the fish dying.
No.
So obviously the water is toxic.
And as I said to my pal, I says, and how quick are the mainstream news channels to get involved when, you know, a tanker, oil tanker out in the middle of the sea bursts and it's, you know, oil seeping out over. They're all over that, but we've got this one. This is a major ecological disaster.
Abby, someone says, it was near the Ohio River, which is a major source of water for a lot of the communities there. For all the communities, basically, where they get their water. I mean, like where I'm at on the Colorado River, that's where we here in Yuma get our water on the Colorado for the farming and everything else. Now, there's quite a few places in the county areas that they have well water and stuff like that. But you know, it's something like, and it's just
exactly. If you thought it was
people
a good idea to
here
bomb it,
they're not trusting the government now. It's just been too much bullshit stories.
Too many things.
Yeah.
I mean that's Papa Cotton saying who burns it. It's just like, if it's just like, if it's like your gas fuel, you can burn that off. But it wasn't. There's a whole bunch of toxic chemicals.
Yeah. And then Papa Cotton in the chat says, who thought it was a good idea to burn that stuff?
Yeah.
This is too stupid to be stupid. This is on purpose. I can agree with you on that. Definitely. It's not just a matter of incompetence.
It was, wasn't it Palestine or something?
Palestine, Ohio. New Palestine, Ohio, something like that. Yeah, it's just
that's right.
Yeah,
because there's been the memes. There's been a lot of memes about Palestine and then Palestine.
Yeah,
you know,
it's just there's a lot of United States. You're going to find a lot of freaking towns and places here in the United States from coast to coast named after a lot of things from all over the world.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, like that's where do you think New York came from? New York,
exactly.
They had when they established the colonists established their settlements. They probably came from York in England, so that would say, okay, let's call it New York, or the Jersey Shore, like you have over there. But freaking New Jersey. So you have a lot of things like that.
New Jersey.
Yeah, New Jersey, and so you have things like that, and the whole region was known as New England. Yeah. Where do you think you have the freaking term New England Patriots?
I can't think what that's named after.
Yeah, exactly. So you have a lot of things like that. So the town of New Palestine is just one of those things. It's probably been called that ever since it was founded, probably hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
Ohio is one of the older places in the United States because they're closer to the East Coast. As you get out west, some of the communities that were established by the United States are not as old, although places in California that were established by the Spanish, have been around for as long because the Spanish colonized South America, Mexico, and up, California to Texas. So, yeah. But yeah, there's some real screwy shit going on.
A lot of these things have been cropping up in close succession.
Yeah, it's crazy, and hopefully it can be fixed. I don't know. I don't think it can. Definitely not anytime soon. This is going to have lasting effects for decades on that area of the United States. The other bad part about it is Ohio is a lot of farming and ranching and things like that are there in Ohio, the Ohio Valley, Ohio River Valley. That's a lot of the food that's produced there is what's, feeding most of the East Coast. And over here on the West Coast, it's mostly stuff out of California and Arizona, southwestern Arizona, where I'm at. And California has a lot of farming area all up the state. So farming, ranching, fruit groves, wineries, vineyards, all that stuff. So there's a lot of
and of course, there were a lot of those fires that took place in those food processing factories last year as well. People seem to have forgotten those. There's a lot of them as well, and now there's this.
It seems like it's a never-ending event of coincidence, but there's no coincidence here. You can't, one or two, okay, but not like what's been going on. It's too strategic. And
it seems that way. When we know that the powers that be are pushing for fake meats and you will eat bugs and you will do this and we will tell you how to live your lives. And oh look, the farming over there is all ruined. The food production over there is all ruined. It's just like it's a little sus. It's a little sus,
It is. Sus. It is a little suspect. You're being stared at from behind. I know I am. I'm getting the look.
I'm not. I'm not.
There we go. Oh my God. How's that? How's that? Is it better time profit? I can just move over a little. But yeah. What the heck? It's going crazy. God. There's all kinds of weird stuff, and then all these supposed aerial phenomenons. That's the thing that blew me away. How the hell do you miss something that's literally floating in the air, and you miss it with a Sidewinder missile?
Well, another one as well. Another one I thought was
really took it down.
When you were saying that, they shot at something.
They shot at something. Yeah.
I'm not going to shoot at something. We shot at something, but we don't know what it was. Then what the hell did you shoot at it for?
Right.
You determine what the hell the thing is, and then it's just like, okay, that's looks like it's a threat. Then we'll shoot it.
Here's another a theory from Abby. I said this was a test run for them to try something like this in the American Midwest to destroy our farming production. I agree. Yeah. That's massively affected everything in Ohio and anything adjacent to the Ohio River, because the Ohio River goes into the Mississippi River. So that's going to start affecting everything down that whole line. And as you know, agriculture relies on water and the ability and access to water. So all up and down those rivers, there's farms, branches, that use those waterways. So I don't know.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything in particular that is produced from Ohio? Specifically,
everything.
Okay.
Dairy. Well, mostly dairy and ranching. So meat, pork.
There you go.
Turkey, chicken, everything. And no, I don't have a sofa in my kitchen. My kitchen's over this shoulder, and my living room's over this shoulder.
So you're between two worlds.
And I'm between two worlds. I'm stuck in between two worlds. Oh, God.
Bill Gates has bought up 80% of farms in America. Time profit.
That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, exactly. And that's to help produce their fake meat, which isn't good for you anyway, because it's not selling. I can tell you that right now from firsthand experience, at least here, that it's not selling.
Nobody wants it.
No,
Nobody wants it.
Nobody wants it.
You know, these things are okay as alternatives if you have a choice in the matter. But you know, if you want to try it, if you like it, you can have it. But if you're going to try and tell people you will eat this, it's just like, nah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then the whole bug thing, scientifically, those insects have a enzyme or something in their system that is not good for the human body, and long term, it basically will kill you.
Yeah,
it's poison. It's a poison.
Carcinogenic, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a poison, and so they're wanting you to convince you that you need to eat bugs or some BS.
I mean, I'm sure there are some that are fine, but you know, like most things in life, but it's just one of them things. I mean, I know they were trying to put bugs on pizzas in one of the primary schools in Scotland somewhere, but it's just like,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy, but you know, there's some places out there in the world that know what's going on, and they've made it known they're not going to go for it.
Yeah,
and so that's why you have what's going on in Europe right now. And
there's been some protests in Paris about various things and working conditions and pensions and stuff. It's been pretty mad.
Gotta hand it to the French, man. They like having a good old frickin' riot protest, but nothing ever comes of it.
No.
Nothing ever comes of it. They, I mean, the last time that happened, it was the French Revolution.
Well, yeah, that was,
that was the last time. That was, that when they had a riot, they actually did something about shit. But they're not been doing anything now. Just, breaking a lot of stuff, making a lot of noise, getting all pissed off. But as far as their leadership, nothing's happened. Same people doing the same things over and over again.
Yeah, they're all in it together, and it's the people as usual that are the ones that suffer.
Yeah, I mean, look what they're doing to Denmark. I mean, Denmark's destroying itself, and who's doing that? The government, and it's unfortunate.
I did see something about Denmark not long ago.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what was
all
going
the
on
farmers, all the Danish farmers protesting and stuff like that. They closed down, and it says, yeah, they're pretty much just closing down all the farmers because
wasn't that like eminent domain or something? They're trying
carbon
to do something
footprint. They're using because they signed on to these basically destructive treaties that were presented by the WEF or by the European Union.
Yeah.
And it's happening all over the continent of Europe. I mean, you can see it. Anybody who's part of the EU. I mean, look at what's happening to everybody. I mean, the Italians had the right idea. They were lucky.
Well,
they turned that shit all around upside down and pissed a lot of people off and drove out the WEF.
There was something that my pal was telling me that the EU was trying to push through legislation that would allow them to take people's houses.
Yeah, I've seen something like that. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're going to try to. It's all part of the WEF. And it's
Although I did see something with our good friend Klaus Schwab was not as enthusiastic fairly recently about pushing these things. We could please do this, we could please do this. We really would really need to, and not like we will be doing this. It's just, please, could we please do this? So I don't know. I think perhaps, as the video suggested, is they're catching on that we've caught on. if you know
a lot
what I
of
mean.
people are
it's like shit. They know what.
Well, indeed, there was some interesting news that came out, and now it's like vanished. But Thailand,
oh wow,
because their princess died or was severely injured by the vaccine.
Okay, really, I didn't know that.
So,
I didn't know that about Thailand.
I get to plug in my my battery to my laptop. I forgot to plug it in. Plug in the thing.
Oh,
so
wow, yeah.
They're apparently they're they have they're bringing some. Yeah, apparently Thailand, the government of Thailand is all fired up now, and they want heads to roll. Yep. And Thailand's pissed about what happened to their crown princess, and they're not having it. They're going to bring some charges to some people with these freaking companies, and but that's not the only place too. I know there was some other place, smaller countries around the world that were fed up with it.
There were some countries. Some countries, I think, were, from what I heard, were revoking immunity to these big corporations. So
doctors are going to get screwed because they violated their Hippocratic oath.
Yeah, I did hear.
So yeah. Well, and then and freaking crazy times right now, man. Crazy time. It's nuts.
It is.
You know, but there's a few countries out there that are trying to right the ship, whether you believe the media or not, because the media is always going to side on whoever is giving them the biggest, wad of cash. The propaganda.
Well, I was going to say they'll side with whoever they're told to, but yeah, they get you got paid.
Oh yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, holy shit. But yeah, it's crazy, and you see the breakdown in society when you see all these clips on Twitter of people losing their shit over nothing and just being violent and everything.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I saw.
Because you look at,
I saw an old lady.
Yeah, getting beat up or picked on. People just,
Yeah.
It seems like it's usually it's usually the usual, and it's the usual suspects that are committing the crime, that are doing the brutality. Imagine that.
Mm-hmm. Who'd have thought?
Yeah, who'd have thought? Oh, but if you point that out, you're a racist, bigot, phobe, whatever.
I know. Well, I dislike Disney Star Wars, so I've already been called all
Sister
that crap,
Mary Six Gun is in the chat. She says still can't sue Pfizer. No, not in this country.
No, and John Legend's
not
done
in this
his
country
advert.
because all the vaccines are experimental, and yeah. So they have that emergency use authorization was granted by a federal judge to the United States. So they can't, no one can sue them. But I think you can sue doctors.
I suppose you could, or the medical practice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, did you see that John Legend thing? He did this.
It will change. It will change. It's just going to take some time. It's going to change. It's going to change big time because the only ones that made out like fat rats on this whole thing, and are them. Those big pharma made out like fat rats. Hospitals made out like fat rats because the government was giving them money here in the United States for every diagnosis of COVID deaths. Every death that was a COVID death, they got money. The hospitals got money. Big corporate hospitals got money.
Oh yeah, the big fat cats, they got money, but
when this was all happening, I had customers who were in the medical professional, and they were telling me this. They were telling me that there was a massive amount of frickin' people who were being diagnosed with COVID that it was not COVID.
Yeah,
and that these tests were inaccurate.
I heard that as well, and there's lots of people make deals on the PPE and stuff like that as well. So I think they're going to get dragged through.
Boatload of freaking money on masks and hand sanitizer and everything else. I mean, they're gonna go after a couple of guys out in the Midwest for buying up all the hand sanitizer and trying to sell it online on eBay and Amazon and all this stuff like that. And they come down hard on them, but they look the other way when it's being done by big pharma or whatever large corporation. They can do it, but the little guy can't. And all those guys that got busted for that, they got busted for price gouging is what they did. They got busted for price gouging. They would go and
Oh, yeah.
buy up all the freaking hand sanitizer wherever they could,
Yeah.
a ton of it, and then they would resell it on eBay or Amazon at a double the price.
Create the demand for it, and then just jack the prices right up.
Exactly. Right.
Well,
The demand was already created.
It makes sense
But,
if you want to make money, but it's shady.
Yeah, exactly. Look at the freaking medications. Holy shit! I mean, the drug companies will just.
Hang on a second. Put the light on.
Yeah.
Get a bit dark in here. There we go. I can say now.
Yeah.
And there goes the
Time
mouse.
profit. Yeah, they said the Tory party had deals with a bunch of PPI.
Yeah,
companies.
Matt Hancock was.
Sure. Yeah.
Matt Hancock was banging the sister of the person he was doing deals with, or something.
Nice.
That's who he was banging. He got.
Talk about insider trading.
I'm sure it was something like that. Anyway.
Yeah, Abby. Someone says they missed the nurses' TikTok dance parties during the. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's amazing, and they do all these dance parties at a hospital, and there was nobody around.
Oh.
Yet there's supposedly
these
it's everywhere. It's devastating. Oh my god. Yeah, the biggest, like I said, the biggest beneficiary of the COVID pandemic were hospitals, because every time they would diagnose a death, any death that they diagnosed as COVID related or COVID, and they got the MEs, the medical examiners went along with this shit too, because they're usually adjacent to, they belong to a hospital or some kind of group like that that's part of it.
Yeah.
And so they would basically, for all intents purposes, falsify death certificates so that they could get the money per head. Every single one, every death that's designated as COVID death, they got money from the federal government. Okay, that's a fact.
That justifies their
That's a
need for
fact.
the funding and whatnot. Yeah.
So some poor bastard that was wheeled in from an auto accident that got crushed by a freaking semi. Oh, he died of COVID. Really? Oh, he had a gunshot wound to the back of the head in a shootout with the cops. Oh, well, COVID. I mean,
And ironically, on that subject, it's just ironically, a lot of the infections that assuming they were real, were people in hospital.
Yep. Yeah, Time Prophet's got a good one here. Time Prophet's got a good one here. He says a man fell off a ladder in Britain and he died from COVID. He had COVID, but he actually died from the fall. Yeah, exactly. There's a difference between with and of. He'd
had COVID.
Yeah. You could die with the flu, but if you died because you were in an auto accident, or if you died because you got electrocuted, or something like that, or you got mauled by a freaking dog, I mean, yeah, you could die with whatever. You could die with cancer, but if you died of another cause, the actual direct cause of your death, yeah, okay, they had cancer, but they died of, a motorcycle accident. They got crushed, or they fell off. They fell through a freaking ceiling or some shit, at work, but they died of COVID. It's like those videos that you guys were reviewing last week. Yeah. Yes. Mauled by a Wookiee. Yeah, that's a terrible way to go. It rips your arms off, But because you guys were doing the on-the-job training, work site training, and not doing stupid things to get injured or dead, and it's crazy. And then there's another thing too. There was in the medical field, they have these people called billing coders, medical billing coders, where they take basically they interpret the codes for what, and they write it all out. so that they transfer that to the insurance company to get paid.
Yeah.
They basically are saying, okay, well, the doctor used XYZ and this, that, and the other thing, and the person was treated with this medication or this treatment or whatever, the chemotherapy, whatever they're going to use, right? So specific codes for all that. That medical billing encoder would make all this out for the insurance companies, right? So coding, a lot of these medical billing coders were getting medical bills from the hospitals or care providers that were saying that they had administered COVID tests.
Mm-hmm.
But there's two parts of that. There's administering the test and then processing it through the labs.
Yeah.
The coders were seeing they weren't getting the processing codes.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
So they were
doing the coding. So they would submit these bills from the providers, the doctors or whoever, right? And it would have all this information on it, and then it's their job to fill all this stuff out, to fill it all in and have that go to the insurance or whatever, however it's done. But they were only giving one part of whatever the procedure would be. So like it would say, okay, they're going to charge you $100 for a COVID test, but they don't have a lab fee. So the hospital has one thing, but the lab, which is usually separate, has something else that's attached to that. There wasn't. So whatever the dollar amount is, whatever it is, there was no correlation. So yeah, they were finding out. Yeah, time profit. The vaccine didn't kill enough people, so they blew up a train. You know what? It's not far fetched now. Maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago, but not now.
Not really, no.
Yeah, mRNA, and they're trying to put that in all new vaccines too. That's going to be a new ingredient in your flu vaccine. mRNA, which has no benefit. In fact, quite the opposite, has a detriment to the human body. So yeah,
lovely. I'm so glad I got 2 of
those. Me too.
Yeah.
Get this or lose your job. And for some people, they had an option and they left. But for other people, such as myself, I kind of didn't have a financial option. So it was kind of like I had to do it and just hope for the best. And now I'm speaking of that, they did some research on that too, by the way. And that's coming to light that a lot of the vaccines that were administered by a specific company who was produced, they're finding out that a lot of those vaccines, some of those batches were either spoiled completely or partially. I know this for sure. All these vaccines had to be refrigerated.
That's
and they actually
true.
they still do.
Yeah.
Yes. So the pharmacies that are administering these vaccines had to get a special refrigerator, a separate refrigerator to house all these vaccines. And even that, the vaccines were still a limited lifespan, even refrigerated. So what happens is a lot of times these things get spoiled because of temperature variation when they're being transported, especially if they're being transported from a long distance.
As they would be.
So the lucky people were the ones that got the spoiled ones, because of half of the vaccine became inert because spoiled. They expired.
I hope that's
and some people did, because what's happening is they're finding out that only about 5% of the vaccines that were admitted. Now there were some placebos.
Yeah,
mixed in with some of these too. There were placebos. Why would you put a placebo in an emergency vaccine if it's authorized?
Safe. If it's authorized, it's perfectly safe.
You wouldn't. You would only do it in an experiment, in trials. So if there's actually, and they have the proof that there was placebos in these batches. Anyway, what I'm getting at is I'm kind of hoping that that's what happened to me, that there was some spoilage. I mean, it did affect me in the beginning. It's been over a year, like a year and 3 months since I had both of vaxes, and so was my wife. And she never really had any ill effects, except for the second one, she got sick, like she had a real bad flu, but I think that lasted for about 3-4 days, and then she was fine after. She got the first one, no problem. Me, I got the first one the next day. I was all whacked out. I had to go to the doctor's office and took days off from work and got tested, and freaking they gave me all these prescriptions that were as bad, if not worse, than the condition I was supposedly having. But after a year of taking all these prescription drugs, I have stopped cold turkey. And I'm not feeling too bad. I'm still watching some of the stuff, but it's hard when you're not rich, and then prices go up on everything. Trying to eat healthy food is kind of a little more difficult, but we're getting to that point now. But yeah, I'm kind of happy I got off of the kidney medication and freaking blood pressure medication. So yeah, that was funny because my doctor prescribed me this medication for so there's blood pressure medication, and there was another, what the heck, it's 2 medications, blood pressure and what the hell was it? I can't think of it right now. Oh, it was a type of blood thinner, I think.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so one of the 2 medications that I was taking, the doctor prescribed me. They didn't tell me this. I had to learn this on my own. My doctor prescribed me these 2 medications, and she also prescribed me what she called the super vitamin D, because it looked like my kidney was a little dehydrated. And so I'm okay, whatever. Insurance is paying for it. Fine. It's just a once a week you take this little gel cap for vitamin D2, which is supposed to help your kidney. Okay, great. So almost a year after taking this, I find out that they had to prescribe me that vitamin D2 because one of the 2 medications I was taking destroys your kidney. So another reason why I got off of that shit. And so
I have heard that certain medications, if taken too long, can
but they
damage
had
the liver.
they had to give me the vitamin D.
Right.
And the funny thing is I was taking vitamin D before that anyway. So I thought this was some kind of special vitamin that, whatever. Well, I'm finding out that that's the reason why they prescribed the vitamin D. That was a once a week vitamin D, was to basically help support the kidney fight off whatever damage this other medication was causing or could cause to my kidney.
Right.
So yeah, there's that. But I'm glad I'm off of it.
Yeah.
So the only thing I am taking is there was a medication for. So what happened to me was everything spiked, blood pressure, my blood pressure, my blood glucose, and what the hell? The other one. There was another medication I was taking. I can't remember. And then they gave me the vitamin D. So I got off the vitamin D. Well, I'm finishing off the vitamin D because it's not going to hurt. But I got off the other 2 meds, and then I've got I still have the glucose medication. I've actually cut that in half, and so I'm going to finish that off just to help out. But that spiked my blood sugar, my heart rate, my blood pressure, you name it. I thought I was having a heart attack. So when I went in the doctor, and this happened overnight, I went into my doctor's office. They had to give me a blood pressure test twice because the first one was off the scale.
Right.
Literally, the needle was like touching the stop on the red line. like all the way over. They couldn't figure it out. So they just said, okay, you just sit here for a while. We'll come back in like 20 minutes and we'll retest you. I'm like, okay.
Sit there,
So I sat
calm
there, they
down
came
a bit,
back and it got it down. It was still in the red, but it got down. But yeah, they freaked out. So had me hooked up to all kinds of monitors and machines and shit. And then had me come back a week later for something else to get the scripts and shit. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I mean, I'm on blood pressure tablets, but that's not because of the vaccines or that. That's just because I've got high blood pressure.
Well, what it did was, and I'm not the most healthy person, but I can tell you what was not. And this goes back to a discussion I had with somebody who may or may not be in the chat. And the discussion was, why is it there's such a proclivity to give people high blood pressure medication to lower your blood pressure to a certain level? Could it be that maybe some people are genetically predisposed to having a slightly higher than average blood pressure that's not detrimental, but it looks bad on paper?
It's possible, I suppose. I mean, not medical
but
experts.
Who knows? But yeah, and of course, all the foods we eat and things we drink affect your body in a negative way or in a good way.
I've joked about this before, but sitting on one's backside playing PlayStation and eating crap food doesn't do you any good.
Yeah. You know, Time Prophet. Yeah, Time Prophet in the chat. Yeah, that in Britain they are not allowed to ask you your medical details by law. Guess what?
Yeah.
Here in the States too, it's called the HIPAA law. Your employer cannot ask you about your medical condition, your treatments that you've had. That includes shots, vaccinations of any kind. And here in the United States, they decided to try to change the HIPAA law, change some of the wording so that your employers or your insurance company can freaking discriminate against you if you did not get the vaccine. And so that was a big hoopy do. Again, the judge allowed those changes to happen. In the States, a regulatory agency, not a lawmaker, changed the law, wording in the law to make it coincide with the agenda to force people to get these vaccines. And so, yeah, it can be law, but if you have if you have a corrupt bureaucrat and a willing participant judicial system or participants, you can get a lot of things done without lawmakers. And apparently we're finding that out too.
What do we need those for?
Yeah, what do you need them for?
You know,
I don't know. For the comedians to have, material for jokes.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, and Abby, someone in the chat's absolutely right. Doctors don't want to cure you anymore. They just prescribe you meds. Exactly. They want to maintain you.
Yeah.
George Carlin hit on that a long time ago, one of his stand-ups. What do you think an HMO is? As a health maintenance organization. They want to maintain you. They want to give you all kinds of drugs so that you're a customer for life. You can't, drug companies can't make money off you if you're healthy.
No, that's what Papa Cotton's saying there. Curing illnesses doesn't make money. It doesn't.
No, it doesn't. So
they would be out of business. If the world was cured of all illnesses, the pharmaceutical companies would be out of business, and they don't want to be out of business. So
no, like I said, yeah, and it's like
that's why they've done. Crazy. That's why there's a push for all these pharmaceutical stuff instead of natural remedies and things like that. You see, the natural remedies being pushed away. So
yeah, they're trying to demonize them and stuff. They've been doing that for decades.
Yeah,
but now it's becoming more evident because exactly. They don't want anybody to natural remedies, what's also called holistic medicine. They don't want people to have that's a competition. They don't want competitions.
No,
and yeah, Cam is right. Customers, not patients. Yeah, they're customers.
Yeah.
The customers.
I don't know.
They're
perhaps the
revenue generating stream.
users, I think would maybe be the more appropriate term, like
users,
a drug
and
user, enabling.
Yeah, the creation of basically pharmaceutical addicts by one way or another, either by having you take certain substances and these medications that are known to be addictive, or basically convincing you that you need to take this drug because you're dying.
Yeah.
Or something, or you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Or whatever the case may be. So yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, that's the thing. It shouldn't be a problem.
They demonize the natural remedies. Yeah, they do.
Well, exactly. I mean, if we want to cure illnesses, then all options should be available for discuss, and so on and so forth.
I'm sure you've heard that here in some states in the United States, the legalization of marijuana has been going on for a while. Well, one of the first states to legalize that for medicinal or recreational, but I think it's medicinal first, was California.
Huh.
Guess who owns all the pot groves in California? Big Tobacco.
Wow.
Big Tobacco owns the farm groves.
I was going to say Bill Gates or something, but yeah, okay.
Well, he probably has an interest in it too. But yeah, I have an old friend of mine who lives up in Northern California who told me, yeah, they're protected. They're protected too.
The big tobacco companies that everybody's wanting to ban smoking is now in the business.
No one knows that. No one knows that readily available information.
They do now.
It's yeah. I mean, but this has been going on since they did that in California. So Big Tobacco owns those.
Okay. What a shock.
So, huh? Yeah.
What a shock.
What a shock. Remember when they had the big wildfires and stuff like that up in Northern California? The only place that was being protected were those freaking marijuana farms by all the state or forestry.
Well, I mean,
firefighters,
if they went up in flames, if they went up in flames,
people were making sure that they were all, they didn't lose that. They didn't lose that grove of weed.
No, everybody would be high. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, and the thing is though, and marijuana does have some very good medicinal properties to it. Things like CBD oil is great for a lot of different physical ailments.
Yeah.
Pot itself is good for glaucoma sufferers or people who are going through chemotherapy. People who go through cancer chemotherapy, it just basically kills their immune system and it emaciates them. They don't have an appetite. Well, with marijuana, if they use marijuana, they get an appetite and they're able to eat and keep their food down. And so that helps them recover faster if they use, marijuana in addition to other things so that they can get their appetite back. So, yeah, I mean, that's why when you see some of these people who are going through chemotherapy treatments, they are emaciated because they're not eating because they don't have an appetite. In most cases, not all, but this is marijuana is something that can help them regain their strength through eating. So take the marijuana, it creates the hunger, and then they're going to eat food to help their body recover and get strength back. So
yeah, I'm not a weed guy, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. I tell you, holy smokes!
It's a madhouse.
What is it over there? What's it like? What's almost 7 o'clock over there almost?
It is 1
6
minute.
o'clock?
1 minute to 6, according to the
Nice.
computer time there.
You're right. Yeah, it's almost
5:59.
lunchtime over here.
It's tea time, supper time.
Yeah, tea time.
I have no idea what I'm having, so not
what, you're not going to have tea?
Well, on the subject of food, oh my goodness, this happened to me yesterday. I was so peed off. I got this butcher's meal from the shop round the corner. It was a beef olive. If you don't know what that is, it's like a steak wrapped around, beef wrapped around like mealy pudding, white pudding. And I was like, this looks really good. And then I bought it. But it wasn't one. It was, I don't know what the hell it was. It was it had beef olive on the cover, but what it was I don't know. It was liver or kidney or steak and kidney or something. And I immediately opened the thing up and I could smell it, and I'm like, that doesn't taste like a beef olive. What the heck is this? And I was picking at it, and I'm like,
you've been poisoned.
I'm dying now. But so I didn't eat much of it. It was just as well we had some extra potatoes and carrots and Brussels sprouts and whatnot. But I was just like, no. I'm not a big fan of liver and kidneys, I have to say. So I like my own, but eating liver and kidneys, not a big fan. So
yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of that either.
No, I mean I can have pate, pate, a little bit of liver pate, but that's okay on a cracker or whatnot. But not really.
Years ago, I tried liver and onions.
Yeah.
Once, I didn't get through it.
I've had liver. I've had it a couple of times when I was younger.
I didn't get through it. I tried it once.
It's like,
I'm like, no, dude. Yeah, no.
Rather have the roast beef or something, but.
Yeah, exactly. yeah, exactly. Yeah. But heck. So I'm gonna put this back up here real quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's something coming back up.
For years. I've had pancakes.
Taking forever.
Yeah.
So either one of those. I'll tell you what, either one of those. I don't care. I'm not prejudiced. Waffles or pancakes. Both if you have the option. And I've done that before. Like I said, there's a place over here in Yuma called Golden Corral. It's a chain buffet style restaurant. So they serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And they serve breakfast, I think, up until like 11 in the morning. And so they got everything, dude. Everything from oatmeal to this. I mean, they've got and everything in between. All kinds of different types of egg. So
you get
good stuff.
You did get packets of like waffle things, and all you needed to do was put them in the toaster, which were quite nice. Like cinnamon.
That's what these guys are. Like this is basically that waffle's like what they call an Eggo, where it's a frozen thing, and you pull it out, stick it in the toaster, and it pops up, and it's ready to go. Probably the same for these pancakes too. They don't taste bad, but they're like I said, they're not like homemade or restaurant made. No. Real waffle is huge, done right. But it's crazy. And then when you're gonna slather like margarine all over it, I mean that's nasty. I mean the chemicals that are in that, the oils and stuff like that is just freaking brutal.
Yeah. I mean, we tend to get the margarine right enough.
And then in these syrups here in the United States, a lot of these mass-produced ones by all these companies you see here, there's so many additives in these things and preservatives and etc. and added sugars and coloring. And
I was waiting to say artificial sweeteners and stuff.
Yeah, and you can taste the difference when you actually have real live maple syrup versus any of these mass-produced ones. You can taste the difference.
I'm sure I probably had maple syrup at some point. I just don't remember.
Yeah. Maple syrup is also good on your bacon and your sausage.
I believe so. I've never experienced that, but who knows? Maybe I'll put that on a bucket list or something. Maple syrup on my bacon and sausage. That sounds good.
There you go. Or you can have chocolate covered bacon with maple syrup dipping sauce.
Chocolate bacon. I don't know about that.
Chocolate covered, yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
Can't complain about bacon though. Bacon's good. I like bacon. Don't have it often.
Oh yeah,
but
bacon's good.
Good.
Yeah, I saw that Oscar Mayer commercial with bacon.
Oh.
The bacon. They'll have the bacon. So
it's good.
Yeah, heck. What else we got? So yeah, the eggs. I mean, I'm more partial to the scrambled, but yeah, it depends on how you're having them too. And then Gobby's proclivity with a freaking potato waffle.
Well, that's the hash browns, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
potato
these are
waffles. It's basically the potato waffles are basically mashed potatoes shaped into funny shapes, and you put them in the oven.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
or fry them, I suppose. You know.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. The thing is that I couldn't find a very good picture of a restaurant style hash brown that didn't have something else in it, and so I saw these, and these are kind of like a quasi fast food type where they come prepackaged, and they either drop them in a deep fryer or they stick them in a freaking toaster.
Yeah, they look good.
But these are home fries or country fried potatoes. Basically, that's what these are.
Right.
I really couldn't find a picture of what home fries really are. They didn't have one on the net. You kept on coming up with these country fried potatoes, so I pulled those off. They
look all right. I mean, again, it just depends on what you were having with them.
Yeah, and typically these have a little bit of seasoning in them. On them, they put some sort of seasoning, over and above salt or pepper. They would put some sort of seasoning in there, seasoned salt or something, or some sort of like they would add like parsley or some sort of a herb in it there to a little bit. Because I mean, honestly, potatoes are kind of bland. Depends on how you fry them up too. So these are like pan fried. So depending on if they're using some kind of vegetable oil or butter or something, if they're fried in butter, they taste a lot better. Who knows? Yeah. They're shredded potatoes. Potato pancakes are mashed, cooked into a patty. Yep, potato pancakes.
I'm very similar with my potatoes and eggs in that I can have them anyway. I'm not fussed. I like potatoes. I like eggs. I wouldn't maybe have them together, but you can have them anyway. They're good, perfectly fine.
Right. Then there's hot sauces. So, like I said, there's all kinds of
less
stuff.
Familiar
Tabasco.
with those. Yeah.
To be honest with you, the best tasting out of all of these, I would probably say if you had to choose for a newcomer to the hot sauces, I would go with Cholula. It tends to be a little more milder than, say, the Tabasco. Because of the type of peppers that's used. There's actually a Tabasco pepper.
I've got chili powder
used to make this. Cholula is more
chili powder
of a vinegar-based hot sauce. Now, sriracha is good.
Yeah, okay.
It's a thicker hot sauce.
Which one's that? The second one, is it?
The second one from the left is the one next to the Tabasco is the sriracha chili.
Yeah.
So, and that's pretty good stuff, depending on what you put it on. A lot of folks in this prefer Tabasco on their eggs and stuff like that. Papa Cotton, Cholula is good. Like I said, and you know what? They've come a long way too. It used to be just one flavor or one. They have the original, but they have all kinds of different ones. They have a habanero flavor. They have a red. They have a dark, or what they call the smoke fired or smoke roasted flavors, which are good. The smoke roasted habaneros have a great flavor. So yeah,
don't know.
The roasted habaneros. Roasted habanero sauce is good. Papa Cotton might recognize the El Yucateco brand. That's one of my favorites. Whenever it's reduced priced, I buy as many as I can get. But that's a good one here. A lot of the locals here close to the border know what that is.
Right.
So if I'm not mistaken, I think that is also a brand that is manufactured in Mexico. There's a couple of brands that make it across the border commercially that sell locally here in the border areas. Good stuff. And it's fairly cheaper than, say, your more commercially available, things like Cholula or Frank's Red Hot, stuff like that. They tend to sell better here. And there's more than, they have an abundance of selections from that brand too. Yeah. Cam, you can't eat MREs without hot sauce. I know. I was telling everybody earlier when we first started the stream a couple hours ago that I had an MRE that I had received, and in it, I pulled it down. I pulled all the different parts out of the bag, and the one part with the condiments in it, you had the chiclets, the 2 chiclets, and then you had the little bottle of Tabasco sauce, the little bitty guy, but it had all dried up and it was never opened. It wasn't even taken out of the package. It was all just like there's a stain at the bottom of the bottle, and no Tabasco sauce, and it was gone. But because it was so old, I think it's about a 20-year-old MRE. So yeah, it was all gone. Yeah, the sauce was gone. I was here. Yeah. That's a pretty good trick to that frickin' unopened sealed bag. But yeah, it's gone. Who is it? Papa Cotton. Chula is more for Mexican food. Yep. Frank's is more for American food. Yep. Like wings and stuff like that. Don't put Frank's on your taco. It's gonna taste bad. Yeah, because they're made differently with different types of chilies, different types of peppers. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah. Frank's is more or less for like wings or other dishes, whereas with the Mexican food, you want something more based toward that. So yeah. Yeah, autocorrect is nuts. It's all nuts. I'm having glitches right now. It's funny. Things are moving slow. Everybody's been talking about how the delays on some of the stuff going on. Like Willie was having a hard time with his stream because there was a time delay or some kind of a delay going on.
Yeah, it's like 40 seconds or something, I think.
Yeah, and it's like weird. And so, yeah, I've noticed it as we've done the stream. It's gotten slow.
Yeah, there was certain parts that was kind of tuning out with me as well.
Glitchy.
So,
it got a little glitchy.
I wasn't sure if that was my end or your end or what. So.
The Time Prophet in the chat says, "You eat some weird food. You must fart a lot." LOL. You don't know the half of it, baby. My wife can attest to that.
So that's why we were inundated with lots of wind yesterday, was it?
Yeah, there you go.
There he is farting again.
Everybody was having their burritos with their hot sauce. Okay, here we go. Cam probably knows what this is, and Papa Cotton too, since Papa Cotton he lives in Arizona. Pretty sure he lives in Arizona. I think he alluded to it. But what is it? And I already know what it is, but that is a breakfast burrito. Looks more like it's commercially made, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a breakfast burrito. There's potato, egg, probably some cheese, probably a little bit of tomato or pico de gallo sauce, which has tomatoes and various other things in it. And then the meat, there's probably some sausage or bacon mixed in with all that. And then
sounds good.
A Wookiee fever fart could have extinguished the train fire. LOL. No, it actually probably could have made it worse. Yeah, the methane leak.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, holy smokes, that's a breakfast burrito. It's not the best one. Oh yeah, here's the food signs. You guys missed the food signs, I think. Time Prophet didn't, and neither did Abby someone, but I think Cam and maybe Papa Cotton did. So here's some interesting signs for your. Yeah, the guac.
I don't know what
the
that
guac looks a little shady. It does. Yeah, the guac in that picture looked a little shady. Yeah, the
What is
guac. That's
what is
supposed to be
guacamole?
tomato and other things in there. Pardon?
Okay. What is it? Guacamole?
Guacamole
again?
is avocado.
Oh,
Guacamole
okay.
is avocado. So you basically you pit the avocado, take the skin off, and then you mash the avocado into a paste. You can add a little bit of pepper, a little bit of lemon juice. Yeah, add a little lemon juice to it. But some people will add like a pico de gallo sauce, which is basically diced up tomatoes, onions, and some other vegetables that are mixed in together for like a dry salsa. It's not really pico de gallo is not watery. It's and they probably just mix that into that mixture for the guacamole to have all that. Yeah, I don't really like that. I don't care for that style of guacamole.
I'd have to try it, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really like that type with all the mixing stuff in it. I like mine regular. Yes, avocados are awesome.
I think I've had it once. I'm a big fan. I'll have to try it.
Yeah, yeah. It's I mean, if you get one that's not ripe, then they tend to be a little tough or hard. The inside as they get a little older, so the skin will become darker and darker and darker. And there's a point where you want to make your guacamole when it gets to a certain shade of green, the outside cover, and you peel it, and it seems to be a little softer and a little darker than like this guacamole here looks a little light, so that could have been more of a younger avocado where the skin hasn't started to become all bumpy and everything. So but avocados are great. There's no question about that.
I hear they're quite good for you.
Yes, yes, they are. They're very good for you.
Okay.
Nice bit of information. Papa Cotton in the chat. If you run your car on moonshine, you'll burn out your valves in under 5 miles.
Is this from experience? Is
it? Yeah, I can believe that. I can definitely believe that. Holy
moonshine.
Hell! Let's get over here and take a look at these interesting fast food signs. Papa Cotton and Cam. I don't know if you guys have seen these, but McDonald's new anus snack wrap for $1.99. Oh my God! And we have Hardee's is getting into the Hardee's and Carl's Jr. is the same company, but it's Hardee's on the East Coast, Carl's Jr. on the West. Try one of our $3 anus melts. I've tried it. Oh, he did try it. He tried the not the anus melt. He tried putting the moonshine in his gas tank. Definitely a learned lesson. Yeah, then we got Burger King. Try a cheesy anus. Oh, too much. And not to be outdone, they've got their chicken salad with man dressing. Oh God! But the man dressing. There you go. But not to be outdone, Wendy's has stepped up with their demon flesh.
Oh
my God. What is this time, Prophet? I reckon Wookiee Fever would be excellent, and Dukes of Hazzard or Sons of Anarchy. I don't know about that, but I don't know about that. Anyway, I think I'm going to call it. I'm going to stick a fork in it.
Okay.
About 2 hours now. It's I'm getting hungry again. Looking at all that food. You know, that demon flesh sounds pretty good. Actually,
Oh, no.
that bacon. Oh, it's a bacon.
Well, that's it. Bacon sounds nice about now, but I don't know if that's what
Yeah.
we have here.
I hope everything's okay with Willie because he had to bounce out. I wonder if something happened. So, yes, it probably is, and someone got cute. Yeah, Angus.
Probably.
Yeah. More than likely, that's what happened.
Probably like an Angus steak or something. I don't
They
know.
got cute. They just left. So, I don't know about that man dressing though. Probably supposed to be for
That's the one that's
mayonnaise.
Oh my goodness.
Mayonnaise dressing,
yeah,
but man dressing.
maybe.
Wait,
Ooh.
Cam. Yes, anus burgers are big in San Francisco. Yes, I'm sure they are.
Yeah, the Aberdeen Angus or Anus is a type.
Yeah, there we go.
Aberdeen Angus. Yeah.
Yeah, the prophet of time. It's... Well, okay, yeah, I'm going to stick a fork in it. We're going to give
Sure,
this
no worries.
Put it to bed, and we'll be doing this again next Saturday at 9 o'clock my time. So
what, 4 o'clock here, is it?
4 o'clock your time until you change your time, change your clocks.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. So, but I want to thank Willie P for being here for a short period of time. I think something happened, and he had to pop out to take care of business. And I want to thank Gotta Guy for coming in too, and having some fun with us with these pictures and stuff. And say thank you to Abby Someone and to Time Prophet, Cam, Papa Cotton. Who was the other one? Six Gun or something like that. I forgot. We've scrolled down all the messages, and I lost. I think they were only in for a short period of time, and keep scrolling up. I can't. I'm finding them 6 Gun something or something. 6 Gun. I can't. I think they only had 2 posts. There we go.
I think so.
Sister Mary 6 Gun. That's who it is. Well, thank you for coming by, and please remember to please like and subscribe, and that way you won't miss out on notifications for the next. Yeah, click the notification bell, and click all notifications, and that way you won't miss out on anything. And again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Everybody who participated in the chat, thank you very much coming in. And again, we look forward to next week. And everybody have a great weekend. And we will see you.
Everyone.
Yeah, we will see you then. And